The committee also grills the Nigerian Ports Authority, Nigerian Customs Service officials, and other industry players, including oil marketers.
Thank the esteemed committee for extending invitation to.
The committee queries the 84 kobo built into the template as port charge and paid to the Nigerian Ports Authority. The lawmakers stated that while the money was meant to provide port services, including dredging to accommodate larger vessels, the services were never provided. The Nigerian Customs Service is an implementing agency of government's fiscal policy. It monitors the temporary importation of fuel into the country. There are allegations against the customs also bordering on illegal charges.
Is your agency charging $25,000 per vessel that brings in petroleum products?
No, we don't. And we sent details of that earlier on. It was a kind of allegations, and we sent an earlier response. So for the purpose of emphasis, the custom does not charge $25,000 on vessels importing petroleum products into the country.
So how much do you charge? Or which other levy do you charge on vessels carrying petroleum products? That's what we're interested, not any other vessel.
There's no charge. There's no charge whatsoever. We charge only import or export duty, as the case may be. And for the issue of temporary importation, there are some equipment, vessels that come into the country on a temporary basis. In that case, duties are waived. Duties on such, there are categories of such equipment that are imported on a temporary basis. And then custom issues permit. We don't charge anything for these permits. The only thing is that to guarantee federal government revenue, we require that the vessel or the equipment, or as the case may be, whatever as the case may be, they must put a bank bond equivalent to the duty chargeable on that equipment.
And STS are mainly done in...
In his submission, the Executive Secretary of Major Marketers Association of Nigeria, Obafemi Olawore, claims the insistence by the NPA and NIMASA that importers pay all necessary charges in dollars has contributed to the strain on the naira.
When a vessel comes, before it gets to your jetty, you are going to get the Navy to give a clearance. And I like to go a bit historical. How did Navy come into clearance of vessels? Before 1984, there was this issue of illegal bunkering everywhere. So when the military regime came in 31st of December 1983, and then throughout 84, the issue of bunkering was a serious matter, and therefore the Navy was brought in to check all these illegal activities. But we want to say that that role for now is no longer necessary. The Navy can check the vessels offshore, but they shouldn't clear the vessels to come to the jetty because the process involves delay, and in shipping, any delay translates into demurrage. And the definition of demurrage simply is you are paying dollar to the owner of the vessel, which can be avoided. So we plead that whereas the Navy has statutory role to ensure that illegal commodities are not brought into the country, once they check offshore, coming to the jetty shouldn't be part of their duty.
He laments that the NPA's 84 kobo charge and NIMASA's 22 kobo per litre harbour charge are the highest in the sub-region, in addition to multiple levies by the federal and state government agencies.
It's a pity that everybody sees the oil industry as a place where you can just go there and then put a tax, levy, or charge. Currently in Lagos, we pay all manner of charges, including what they call wharf landing fee. Wharf landing fee here by definition is movement of a truck from the wharf to any local government in Lagos. You pay a charge. Now, we've been paying for diesel and kerosene because those two products are almost deregulated. So we can recover the cost. But we have, at least for now, succeeded in resisting the translation of this into PMS charges. But just last week, Oyo State government is also trying to introduce something similar to it, that any truck that passes through Oyo State must pay a charge. And for us, it means that everybody thinks we are making excessive profit, which is not true. It may also interest you, honorable members, to also know that now we have what we call NEMA fee. Now, NEMA here is not the emergency management that we know. It's Nigerian Electricity Management Authority. They have been visiting our outlets, and as at the last count, they sent a bill of 1.5 million naira to one marketer for their retail outlets in Ibadan alone. So we are being subjected to all manner of charges by all manner of agencies, including agencies like DPR. So our plea is that
Labour leaders corroborate his views, stating that the government must not try to increase pump price as it will be resisted.
If our refineries are properly working together, working well, we will not be importing. There will not be pressure on the dollars. And so that's one of the things. And like I said, you've also observed last week, middle last week, there also been some little crisis of queues in that vision of this. And so when we also got this, we said it's better we come here and let Nigerians know. And also the government and even every state agencies know that for us as Labour, we cannot and we will not support any further increase in price at this time for a country in recession.
As you are aware, from 1978 to the year 2012, the PMS have been increased 22 times. And from 2012 to date, we had 8 times of price increase. That brings me back to the days of Yaradua, when the PMS price was reduced twice. And the question is how and why? Were we having surplus? Was our exchange rate where it is today? Were we having some challenges that the refineries at that period were not also functioning when we were importing? That price were reduced twice by the administration of Yaradua. In this administration, for the fact that we've been told that at the time this price increase was made, that the price of the FS market was 285, and therefore there was no way to sustain. And I will need to give this room so that palliative measures can be put in place. The refineries will work within a space of a time frame of 1 year. Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, it is shocking to note that up to this moment, what we are hearing from the media, from various media's report, is that they want to increase the pump price. Our response to it is no.
For the chairman of the House of Reps ad hoc committee on the review of pump price of petrol, the NNPC is actually expected to sell below 145 naira per litre if the unnecessary costs were removed.